Just a minute. Let me share my screen. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm putting this presentation on presentation mode. Okay. So I hope you are seeing first slide. Transportation problem is written to one vertical line and one horizontal line, and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
underneath
Yes,
I
sir.
have written my name. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yes, sir.
So let's start with the first topic, transportation problem. Yesterday, we had taken an overview of the subject in which we have also discussed at a primary level about the transportation problem, what exactly it is. Okay. Now I'll repeat the same thing. Suppose one single homogeneous quantity is available at various sources. They are also called as starting point or origins. Okay. They are denoted as S1, S2, S3, etc., Sm. So let us suppose that the quantity is available at m sources, namely S1, S2, Sm, and it is required at n destinations, say D1, D2, D3, Dn. Okay. Further, let us suppose that the quantity available at S1 is P1, this one. Okay. Quantity available at source S2 is P2, and so on. Okay. Say Pm. And the demand at destination D1 is say Q1, demand at destination D2 is Q2, demand at destination Dn is Qn. Okay. So this is the typical structure of a transportation problem. Here, the problem is to transport the goods which are available at sources S1, S2, Sm to destinations D1, D2, Dn. Okay. Now, when we say that we want to transport quantities from one source to another destination, then some cost of transportation is involved into it. Okay. Now, the cost of transporting one unit is given in this matrix. Okay. Say, for example, C11. C11 represent the cost of transporting one unit from S1 to D1. Fine. Similarly, C12 is cost of transporting one unit from source S1 to destination D2. In general, Cij represent cost of transporting one unit from ith source, that is Si, to the jth destination, that is Dj. Okay. Now, suppose we have decided to transport X11 units from source S1 to destination D1. Okay. Remember, the cost of transporting one unit from S1 to D1 is C11. So if we transport two units, then the total cost of transportation would be 2 into C11. Similarly, if we transport 10 units from S1 to D1, cost of transportation would be 10 into C11. Fine. Now, in general, if we decided to transport X11 units from S1 to D1, then the cost of transporting would be X11 into C11. Okay. Note that this is a part of a solution. Now, this is feasible. We can transport X11 units if and only if those many quantities should be available at source S1. Means what? The value of X11 should not be greater than P1. Fine. Similarly, because the demand at destination D1 is Q1, so the value of X11 should not be more than Q1, right? So these are the constraints imposed on the transportation problem. Okay. Similarly, let us suppose that we have decided to transport X12 units from S1 to D2, X1n units from S1 to D, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now here, total number of units to be transported from source S1 would be X11 plus X12 plus X1n. Okay. See, we are transporting some unit from S1 to D1, some from S1 to D2, some from S1 to Dn. Okay. But the total capacity or the quantity available at source S1 is only P1. So the total, that is X11 plus X12 plus X1n, should not be more than P1. Okay, or it can be at most P1. Similarly, X21 plus X22 plus X2n, addition of this should be less than or equals to P2. Okay. Now at the same time, so these are called as row constraints. Okay. At the same time, we have column constraints as well. Say for example, the quantity required at destination D1 is Q1. Okay, and we are transporting X1 units to D1 from S1, X21 units from S2, and XM1 units from source Sn. So the column total should not be more than Q1. That is X11 plus X21 plus XM1 should not be more than Q1. Similarly, X12 plus X22 plus XM2 should not be more than Q2, and so on. Okay. Thus, we have total m row constraints and n column constraint. Okay. One constraint for each row and one constraint for each column. So in total, there would be m plus n constraints. Okay. Now, once you prepare a transportation schedule, the next step is to calculate the total transportation cost. Okay. Now here, in this particular case, the total transportation cost is X11 into C11 plus X12 into C12 plus X1n into C1n plus X21 into C21 plus X22 into C22, and so on. Okay. So if we multiply cell wise and then add the product of each cells, we get the total cost of transportation. Okay. Now, being a manager, your aim is to prepare a transportation schedule or take a decision how many units to be transported from which source to which destination that minimizes the total transportation cost. Okay. Therefore, the objective, or you can say aim of this problem is to minimize the z function, that is total transportation cost, which is double summation of Cij into Xij. So Cij into Xij is what? Product of cell Ij. Cij is the cost of transporting one unit from ith source to jth destination, and Xij is what? Is the number of units to be transported from ith source to jth destination. So for that particular cell, that is Ij cell, the cost of transportation is Cij into Xij. Okay, and how many cells are there? Total m into n cells are there. Okay, because in each row there are n cells and there are such m rows. Okay, so here j varies from 1 to n and I varies from 1 to m. Okay, so if we take total of all, we get a total transportation cost. Okay, one thing should be noted over here is the value of Xij may be 0, maybe 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, so the value of Xij is greater than or equals to 0 because here the transportation of goods, okay, or flow of goods is one way. It is from source to destination. Okay, and Xij represent number of units to be transported. Fine. So the value of Xij cannot be negative. Okay. Similarly, in this case, the value of Xij cannot be a fractional one. Okay, because it represents the number of units, so it has to be an integer. Okay. positive integer. It cannot be 0. It may be either 0 or 1 or 2 or etc. Okay. Now, this is the objective function. Minimize z is the objective function of transportation problem, but it has certain constraints, or you can say limitations. Okay. The first limitation is with respect to the first row, that is x11 plus x12 plus x13 should be equals to q1. Okay. Similarly, there are constraints related to each column. Okay. So in total there are n row constraints and m column constraints. Okay. And xij should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So this is the mathematical model of a transportation problem. Here, transportation problem is expressed as linear programming problem. Okay. Now there are various methods to solve linear programming problem. Okay. But if we try to implement those methods to solve transportation problem, the job became very tedious. Okay. So to solve transportation problem, uh, we use some uh, raw method to find initial solution, and then we'll refine that initial solution by using modified distribution method. In short, it is called as MODI method. Okay. Remember that MODI method is the only method to find optimum solution of transportation problem, and it is an iterative method. Okay. Now, what do you mean by iterative method? In iterative method, in every step we improve the previous solution. Okay, and we go on improving the solution until there is no scope of further improvement. Okay, it means that we arrive at an optimum solution. Okay, so the process of improvement will continue the process of improvement until we reach at the optimum solution or the best possible solution. Okay, now here I'm going to discuss one very raw method to find the solution of initial solution of transportation problem, because transportation problem modified distribution method is an iterative method. So to start with, we need one starting solution. Okay, unless and until we have initial basic feasible solution, we cannot apply modified distribution method. Okay, now first we'll discuss what exactly the solution of the transportation problem means. Okay, now see here, this is a typical 3x3 transportation problem. Here we have three origins, O1, O2, O3, and three destinations, D1, D2, D3. Okay, 11 is the cost of transporting one unit from O1 to D1. 6 is from O1 to D2, and so on. Okay, the supply of origin O1 is 11, that of O2 is 13, that of O3 is 19. So total supply is 43. Okay, demand at destinations D1, D2, D3 are 16, 10, and 17 respectively. So again, this total demand is also 43. Okay, so this is the ideal case in transportation problem where total supply is equals to total demand. Okay, but in practice, sometimes demand is more than the total supply, or sometimes supply is more than the demand. Okay, उसको कैसे deal करना है, that we will discuss afterwards. Okay, so let's discuss what exactly the solution means. Okay, I can randomly put any number of units in any cell. Okay, see, right now we have 6 different 3x3 means 9 different cells wherein we can allocate the number of units. Okay, so if I select O1 D1 cell and put 11 units. Okay, now the question arises, how many units we can put in this cell? Okay, can we put more than 11 units in this cell? See, we can put
No.
0 unit. Obviously no, because the capacity of origin O1 is only 11. So we cannot allocate more than 11 units in O1 D1 cell. Fine. But we can allocate 5 units, we can allocate 2 units, any number which is less than or equals to 11. Okay, but for the sake of simplicity, once the cell is selected, we'll try to allocate maximum possible units to the selected cell. Okay. अब यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया, रैंडम सिलेक्शन किया है, O1 D1 सेल सिलेक्ट किया है रैंडमली. Okay. Now here I can assign 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 up to 11. I cannot allocate more than 11 units. So if I put 11 units in O1 D1 cell, my capacity of the capacity of origin O1 is completely exhausted. Okay, so I'll reduce the capacity of origin O1 or supply of origin O1 accordingly, because the original capacity or supply is only 11, and all 11 units we have decided to transport from O1 to D1. So capacity of O1 is completely exhausted. So we'll reduce the capacity in the supply column. Okay, original was 11, usko maine cross kiya hai, and now it is reduced to 0. Okay, similarly we'll reduce the requirement or demand at destination D1. Now the actual demand or total demand of destination D1 is 16 units. Okay, now out of these 16 units, 11 units D1 is receiving from O1. Okay, so the demand of destination D1 is partially fulfilled. Okay, out of 16, D1 is receiving 11 units from O1. So I'll reduce the demand by 11. Original demand was 16. So, and D1 is receiving 11 units from O1. So now the demand is reduced to 5. Okay. Okay. Now please remember this process. Afterwards, after maybe this presentation, we are going to discuss 3 methods of finding initial solution. Okay, first is northwest corner rule method. Second is matrix minimum method or least cost matrix method, and third is Vogel's approximation method. Okay, तीनों मेथड में डिफरेंस क्या है? The selection of cell for allocation. Okay, rest of the procedure is common in all three that we are going to discuss over here right now. Okay, अब यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया है? Cells randomly select किया है, whereas in those three methods the method of selection of cell is different. Okay, उतना ही difference है, otherwise all methods are same. Okay, once we select the cell for allocation, we'll try to allocate maximum number of units to the selected cell. We'll reduce the supply accordingly and demand accordingly. Okay, now here the supply or capacity of origin is completely exhausted, so we cannot transfer any unit from origin O1 to either destination D2 or destination D3. Okay, it means that hereafter origin O1 is useless for solving the problem further. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll simply delete this column. Okay, now how many cells are available with me? Originally there were 9 cells available. Now because origin O1 is deleted, now we have only 6 cells, and those 6 cells are O2D1, O2D2, O2D3, O3D1, O3D2, and O3D3. Okay, now from this 6 cell, if I select any one cell randomly, okay, let's select O2D2. Okay, now in this cell I can assign maximum 10 units. Okay, see, in previous case the capacity of origin O1 was 11, whereas the destination of D1 was 16. So in this case we can assign maximum 11 units. Okay, because of the row constraint. Okay, now here we have a column constraint. Though the capacity of O2 is 13, but demand at destination D1, D2 is only 10. So you cannot transport more than 10 units to destination D2. Okay, so the maximum units that can be allocated to O2 D2 is 10. Just a minute. in this case, the demand of destination D2 is fulfilled. Fine. So though the capacity of O2 is still there, but the destination demand of destination D2 is completely fulfilled. So we cannot transport any unit from either from O2 or O3 to destination D2. Okay. So it means that destination D2 is useless for further allocation. So here what we'll do, we'll delete the column with respect to destination D2. Okay. Now we have only 4 cells left with us. Okay. So similarly, we'll go on, we'll select cell randomly and allocate maximum possible units and uh, delete the row if the supply is exhausted, or delete the column if demand is completely fulfilled.
Sir,
Yes.
I have one question.
हाँ बोलो.
सर Q1 के लिए जब हमने रो कंस्ट्रेंट सिलेक्ट किया था, why we are selecting for Q2 column constraint?
Which one? नहीं, तुम्हें अभी क्या दिख रहा है यहाँ पे?
नहीं सर, हमने पहले रिजोल्यूशन के लिए कंस्ट्रेंट रो सिलेक्ट किया था, राइट?
हाँ.
अभी सेकंड के लिए कॉलम कंस्ट्रेंट क्यों सिलेक्ट किया?
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. अब यहाँ पे कॉलम कंस्ट्रेंट क्यों किया है? सी, सपोज तुम्हारी रिक्वायरमेंट है 10. ओके, मेरे पास सपोज 100 रुपीज है, बट योर रिक्वायरमेंट इज ओनली 10. फाइन. ओके, मीन सप्लाई तुम्हारे पास हो सकता है 100 का. फाइन, बट योर रिक्वायरमेंट ओनली 10. सो आई विल गिव यू 10 रुपीज ओनली, नॉट मोर देन 10. ठीक है. और यहाँ पे दोनों चीज हमें चेक करनी है. तो यहाँ पे क्या था, डेस्टिनेशन D1 की रिक्वायरमेंट थी 16. ओके, बट हमने ये सेल सिलेक्ट किया था. सो बट दो रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ डेस्टिनेशन D1 is 16, but O1 can supply only 11. करेक्ट. इसलिए हमने 11 किया था. तो ये यहाँ पे रो कंस्ट्रेंट आ गया. फाइन. अब इस सेल के लिए क्या हुआ, डिमांड सॉरी सप्लाई इसके पास ज्यादा था, 13 का सप्लाई था, बट इसकी डिमांड ही 10 की है. तो हम 10 से ऊपर उसको नहीं दे सकते. ये तो दोनों चीजें हमें देखनी है. ओके, वी हैव टू चेक रो कैपेसिटी एज वेल एज कॉलम डिमांड. हमने सेल कौन सा सिलेक्ट किया है? फर्स्ट रो फर्स्ट कॉलम. सो वी हैव टू कंसीडर सप्लाई ऑफ फर्स्ट रो एंड डिमांड ऑफ फर्स्ट कॉलम. अब ये दोनों में जो मिनिमम है दोनों नंबर में, वो हमें यहाँ पे पुट करना है. करेक्ट. गॉट इट?
ओके सर.
अभी हाँ. Yes,
sir, I had
follow.
a question. Actually, her question is, I also got a question, and I had a question in my mind. Why did you take O2 D2? Why did you take 10 over there? You could have just taken O2 D3 13
correct.
or O3 D3 17.
Correct. वही तो मैं रैंडम सेल सिलेक्शन में मेथड के ऊपर लिखा है.
You can take anything you want to say.
Yes. See, n number of solutions you can find. Okay. So ये initial solution होता है. Fine.
You went in an order. That's what you're trying to say.
Pardon?
Like, is it an order that you followed, or is it just?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं. रैंडम सिलेक्शन है, इसीलिए ऊपर मेंशन भी किया मैंने. रैंडमली मैं कोई भी सेल चूज कर रहा हूँ.
Okay, got it.
Okay, sir. Actually, there's a doubt, sir. Sorry to interrupt you.
हाँ.
In supply part, we have 3 units remaining. So will we allocate them furthermore in the row O2?
Of course.
Okay, sir.
रो O2 में, मतलब O2 की कैपेसिटी अभी कितनी बची है? 3.
Yes.
Okay. Now those 3 units will be either transported to destination D1, मतलब इस सेल में O2 D1 सेल में, और to destination D3. Okay. या ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं आप, 3 में से 2 यहाँ पे भेजे हमने O2 D1 में, और बचा हुआ एक O2 D3 में गया. Okay. See, n number of possibilities are there. Fine. Correct. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
possibilities are limitless. Fine. इसलिए मैं बोलूँ कि तो in order to limit the possibility, हम क्या करेंगे? Once cell is selected, will try to allocate maximum possible units. Otherwise possibility बहुत बढ़ जाती है. See, for example, अभी यहाँ पे 11 मैंने डाला था O1 D1 में. So in that I could assign 5 units or 1 unit. Okay. अब यहाँ पे suppose मैं 1 unit डालता तो फिर यहाँ पे 10 बचते. फिर those 10 can be allocated to this cell or this cell, or some of the 10 can be allocated to O1 D2. Okay. तो बहुत सारे पॉसिबिलिटीज
प्रॉब्लम.
हाँ, तो बहुत सारे पॉसिबिलिटीज है. तो हम क्या करेंगे टू रिड्यूस द पॉसिबिलिटी, व्हाट विल डू, वंस सेल इज सिलेक्टेड. अब मैं इसमें ज्यादा स्ट्रेस बार बार दे रहा हूँ. सिलेक्शन ऑफ सेल, एक बार सेल सिलेक्ट किया तो बाकी की प्रोसीजर सभी मेथड में कॉमन है. ओके, जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे रैंडमली O1 D1 सेल सिलेक्ट किया पहले फर्स्ट स्टेप में. ओके, अब वंस सेल इज सिलेक्टेड I'll try to allocate maximum possible units. Okay. अब maximum possible unit क्या होता है? Which is the minimum among the row supply and the column demand. Okay. अब row supply कितना था first step में? It was 11 and column demand was 16. Okay. अब इन दोनों में minimum क्या है? Minimum is 11. So I cannot assign more than 11 units. Okay. So it means that the maximum possible number is what? 11. So I'll allocate 11 in O1 D1 cell. Next select किया कौन सा किया मैंने? O2 D2. Okay.
Hello.
हाँ. Yes. Please turn off your audio. Okay. Now I could have selected O2 D1 cell or O2 D3 cell, but here O1 D2 I cannot select because ये रो मेरी ऑलरेडी डिलीट हो चुकी है. ओके, तो बाकी बचे कितने थे मेरे पास? 6. तो 6 में से आई कैन सिलेक्ट एनीवन. ओके, सी अब मैंने ये, दिस इज नॉट एक्चुअली द मेथड ऑफ सॉल्विंग, मेथड ऑफ फाइंडिंग इनिशियल सॉल्यूशन, जस्ट टू डेमोन्स्ट्रेट द लैटर पार्ट ऑफ द मेथड. मैंने ये सिलेक्ट, आई हैव इंक्लूडेड दिस पोर्शन. ओके, ये मेथड सिलेबस में नहीं है आपकी. फाइन. Just to give more clarification about the method. Okay. अब मैंने क्या किया इसके बाद? Now we have two cells in the first column and 2 cells in the third column. Means in total we have 4 cells. Okay. So I can select O2 D1 cell, or I can select O2 D3 cell or O3 D1 cell. Okay. Randomly मैं कुछ भी choose कर सकता हूँ. Okay. So repeat this process until all entire demand gets fulfilled and entire capacity of all sources gets exhausted. Okay, see here you can see in third step I choose O2 D1 cell where I have allocated 3 units. Okay, so ये आपका 0 हो जाएगा. Fine. And demand will be reduced to 2. उसके बाद मैंने ये चूज किया, यहाँ पे 2 सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिए एंड फिर ये रिड्यूस होके हो जाएगा आपका 17. फिर ये 17 यहाँ पे डालेंगे, दिस विल बी 0, दिस विल बी 0. ओके, नाउ ये बहुत आइडियल सिचुएशन है ट्रांसपोर्टेशन प्रॉब्लम में, वेयर द टोटल सप्लाई इज सेम एज द टोटल डिमांड. ओके, इसलिए मेरा लास्ट स्टेप में देखो 17 आके ये भी 0 हो गया, ओरिजिन सप्लाई 0 हो गया, एज वेल एज destination demand is also fulfilled, वो भी 0 हो गया. Okay, so this is ideal situation. In practice आपका total supply may not be equals to total demand. Sometimes total supply is more than the total demand, or sometimes it is less than the total demand. Okay, but initially हम to understand the method we start with the basic, फिर उसमें क्या manipulation करने हैं that we'll discuss afterwards. Okay, ये यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया? हेलो?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we'll proceed further. Okay. Now, see, this is the solution, initial solution that we have obtained by random selection selection procedure. Okay. Now the next step is to calculate the total transportation cost. See here, the unit transportation cost is 11 for O1 D1, and we are transporting 11 units. So the cost of transporting these 11 units from O1 to D1 is 11 into 11. Okay. Similarly, cost of transporting 3 units from O2 to D1 would be 3 into 7. Simple logic है. Suppose आप PMT से travel कर रहे हो from say Pimpri to Pune station, and let's suppose that the fare is 25 rupees. So if one person is traveling, then you have to pay 25 rupees. If 10 persons are traveling, then you have to pay 10 into 25. 25 tickets you have to purchase. Okay, and each costing rupees 20. Okay, so total आपका कितना हो जाएगा? 25 into 20. Same logic is applied over here. 7 is what? Cost of transporting one unit from O2 to D1. And how many units we are transporting? 3 units. So cost of transportation would be 3 into 7. Similarly, यहाँ पे हो जाएगा 2 into 22, 10 into 8, 17 into 8. So ये सब total करेंगे तो we'll get total transportation cost as 402. Okay. अभी एक cost of transportation आपका it may be in rupees, maybe in dollar, euro, या maybe this 11 represent 11 figures may be in 1000 rupees. So इसका क्या हो जाएगा फिर? 11,000, 6,000, 15,000. Okay, like that. Okay. Hope यहाँ तक clear है सबको. Now we'll discuss different situations in transportation problem. Okay. Now in this case, yes. Any question? Hello. Okay. Okay. Now in previous example, total supply was 43 and total demand was also 43. Such type of transportation problem are called as balanced transportation problem. Okay. Now the all methods that we are going to discuss in this chapter are designed to solve balanced transportation problem. Fine. But in reality, the transportation problem may not be balanced. Okay. Sometimes supply is more than the demand. Sometimes supply is less than the demand. Okay. For example, in this case, the total supply is 43 and total demand is 38. Okay. It means that we have surplus supply. Okay. 5 units surplus we have at origin O1, O2 and O3 put together. Okay. Now the total demand is only 38. It means that those 5 surplus units will not be transported to any of the 3 destinations. Okay. It means that where it will remain. Let's suppose that we have surplus units at origin O3. So those O3, those 5 units from O3 will not be transported to any of the 3 destinations. Okay. It means that the cost of transporting those 5 units would be 0 because transportation हो ही नहीं रहा है उनका cost क्या होगा? 0. Okay. Now, because all methods are designed to solve balanced transportation problem, so we have to do little manipulation in the given matrix. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll create a dummy destination. Okay, like this. Now, because here demand is less, okay, and supply is more. So to match demand and supply, we have to increase the demand. Okay. Now we have additional 5 units, surplus 5 units. So we'll create a destination whose demand is 5 units. Okay, like this. Because those 5 units, for the understanding purpose, I assume that origin O3 has surplus unit, but it is not necessary that O3 has surplus units. Surplus units may be at O1 or maybe at O2. Fine. Now, if we assume that surplus units are at O1, okay, then actually we are not transport those 5 units. So the cost of transportation would be 0. Similarly, if we assume that the surplus units are at O2, then the cost of transporting those 5 units would be 0. Okay, so that is why we put 0, 0, 0 as a unit transportation cost in the dummy column. Okay, now the total demand is 16 plus 10 plus 12 plus 5, that is 43. Okay, which is same as the total supply. Okay, now in this case, the total supply was more than the total demand. So we have created a dummy destination, right? Whose demand is the surplus quantity, right? Now let's consider the reverse case. Now in this case, in this transportation problem, the total demand is 40 and total supply is only 36. So here the demand is more and the supply is less. Okay, means what? There is a shortage of the units. Okay, now so when we solve this transportation problem, those 4 units or those 4 units will be shortage at destination D1 or maybe at destination D2 or maybe at destination D3. Okay, so in this case, to balance the transportation problem, what we'll do, we'll create an dummy origin. Okay, whose supply will assume that shortfall. Okay, means what? In this case, we have a shortage of 4 units, so we'll create a dummy origin whose capacity or supply is 4 units. Okay, because we are not going to transport the units from dummy source to any of the 3 destinations, so cost of transportation would be again 0. Okay, so in such case, what we'll do, we'll add a dummy origin with 0 transportation cost, 0 unit transportation cost, and supply as O. Okay. Now the total supply is same as total demand, so the transportation problem is balanced. Okay, now we can apply any of the 3 methods to find initial solution. Okay, so while solving the transportation problem, the first step is to make transportation problem balanced. सबसे पहले आपको चेक करना है whether transportation problem is balanced or not. Okay, उसके लिए क्या करना है? Simply add the total supply, find total demand. If they are equal, then transportation problem is balanced. Else, you have to add either a dummy column or a dummy row. Okay, इस टाइप की सिचुएशन है, accordingly you have to manipulate the given transportation problem. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, okay. So we'll move ahead. Okay, अब इतने साल के मेरे एक्सपीरियंस में I have observed that whenever a student appear for examination and उनके सामने transportation problem का question आता है, so they ask me, sir, which method we should apply. Okay, normally आपका question कैसे रहेगा एग्जाम में? Solve following transportation problem. Okay, now उसका default meaning क्या होता है कि you should find optimum solution of the transportation problem. Fine. And we have only one method, that is modified distribution method, or in short MODI method. Okay, now this is the only method to find optimum solution. Fine, but there are 3 methods to find initial solution. Okay. Now MODI method का एक स्पेशल एल्गोरिथम है, उसके लिए क्या करना है? एज अ इनपुट वी हैव टू गिव एन इनिशियल सॉल्यूशन, and that initial solution can be obtained either by northwest corner cell method or matrix minima method और Vogel's approximation method. Okay. Now आज हम क्या करेंगे? First two methods are comparatively easy. So in today's session we'll discuss northwest corner cell method and matrix minima or least cost matrix method. Okay. अभी ये ऐसा क्वेश्चन बाद में एग्जाम में मत पूछो. ओके, विच मेथड आई शुड अप्लाई. एक तो क्वेश्चन ऐसे रहेगा, फाइंड इनिशियल सॉल्यूशन बाय यूजिंग नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर, मैट्रिक्स मिनिमा और बैंड. अगर क्वेश्चन आपका ऐसा है, सॉल्व फॉलोइंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन प्रॉब्लम, इसका डिफॉल्ट मीनिंग है आपको ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन निकालना है. फाइन. एंड फॉर ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन we have only one method called as modified distribution method or MODI method, right? And MODI method के लिए input क्या है? The input of MODI method is initial feasible solution, initial basic feasible solution. Okay, and that solution is provided by any one of these three methods. Okay. Okay. Now let's discuss how to find initial solution using northwest corner cell method. Okay. I already mentioned that the method of selection of cell is different in three methods. Okay. Rest of the procedure is same. जैसे हमने अभी random cell selection किया था. Okay. उसमें once cell is selected, what we used to do? We try to allocate maximum possible units to the cell. Okay, then we reduce the supply and row supply and column demand accordingly. Okay, now let's discuss first method. बहुत simple method है, northwest corner cell method. Okay, if you observe a map, कोई भी मैप देखो, वहाँ पे एक सिंबल रहता है, अपवर्ड एरो एंड एक हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन रहती है एंड ऊपर n लिखा होता है. ओके, कोई भी मैप देखो. ओके, व्हाट डज इट इंडिकेट? जो अपवर्ड जो है,
डायरेक्शंस.
हाँ, डायरेक्शंस. अपवर्ड इज डायरेक्शन, नॉट डायरेक्शन. राइट साइड में आपका ईस्ट आ गया, लेफ्ट साइड में आपका आ गया वेस्ट एंड डाउन साइड इज योर साउथ. ओके, तो यहाँ पे देखो मेथड वही है, नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर सेल. ओके, नॉर्थ वेस्ट, नॉर्थ मतलब ऊपर देखना है एंड वेस्ट साइड मींस व्हाट? अपर मोस्ट लेफ्ट कॉर्नर. ओके, तो यहाँ पे कौन सा सेल हो गया? सेल XA. सो इस सेल को हम सिलेक्ट करेंगे. गॉट इट? जैसे मैंने जो मेथड पहले एक्सप्लेन किया था, वहां पे रैंडमली मैं कुछ भी सेल ले रहा था. ओके, बट हियर we'll select northwest corner cell. Now, which is the northwest corner cell? Cell 11 or cell XA, X row and column A. So this cell is selected. Now, once this cell is selected, rest of the procedure already I have discussed with you. Okay. Cell कौन सा select हो गया अभी? XA. तो हम क्या करेंगे? We'll try to allocate maximum units to the cell. Now, tell me how many units we can allocate?
144.
144. Correct. See, the row supply, though row supply is 152, but the column demand is only 144. So maximum 144 units we can allocate to this cell. Okay. 144 allocate कर दिया मैंने. Then the column demand is completely fulfilled. Okay. And row supply is reduced to 8. Now, because column demand is fulfilled, so what we'll do, we'll delete the column. Okay. Now, which is the next northwest corner cell? अभी same procedure हमें repeat करनी है. Now, because this column is deleted, now we have only two columns. Okay. So, uppermost row is row X and leftmost column is column B. Okay. मतलब northwest row is row X and westmost row is westmost column is B. So the next northwest corner cell is cell XB. Okay, अब यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे? We'll try to, अब ये cell select हो गया, cell XB is selected, so we'll try to allocate maximum unit. Okay, now here though demand is 204 but supply is only 8. So from X we can transport at most 8 units. So हम 8 यहाँ पे allocate कर देंगे and will reduce the demand and column demand and row supply accordingly. Okay. अब row supply हमारा exhaust हो गया, so this row is deleted. Now next northwest corner cell is cell YB. Okay. तो YB में allocate करेंगे 164. Okay. Now the supply is reduced to 0, so we'll delete. We'll delete the second row. उसके बाद नॉर्थ वेस्ट सेल आता है आपका ZB. ओके, तो ZB में हम कितना allocate कर सकते हैं? ये remaining units. Then next northwest corner cell would be ZC. Okay, so after allocating all units, we'll get 0 everywhere. Okay, all supplies of all sources are completely exhausted and demands of all destinations are also completely fulfilled. Okay, so this is simplest method, initial solution by northwest corner cell. Okay, तो ये समझ में आ गया, सिंपल मेथड है, कुछ भी डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. Now let's try. Now let's find out the total. Yes. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Fine. Please try this.
Same method, sir.
हाँ, सेम मेथड. उसका प्रैक्टिस करोगे ना आप. एक तो मैंने डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दे दिया. You should practice ना.
Yes.
देखो इसका एक स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसीजर होता है लिखने का. We used to write the cost of transportation. Just a minute. तो कॉस्ट हमेशा यहाँ पे अपर राइट कॉर्नर पे हम कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन लिखते हैं. ठीक है. तो एग्जांपल जब देंगे आपको, तो एग्जांपल विल लुक लाइक दिस, बट व्हाइल सॉल्विंग हम क्या करेंगे, 21 को इधर कॉर्नर में लिखेंगे, राइट. सिमिलरली 16 को हम ऊपर कॉर्नर में लिखेंगे एंड सो ऑन. ओके, सो दैट विल गेट स्पेस टू राइट
Space.
एलोकेशंस. हाँ, यहाँ पे बीच में हमें स्पेस मिलेगी एलोकेशंस लिखने के लिए. ओके, आपको जब एग्जाम में प्रॉब्लम आएगा तो ऐसे दिखेगा. ठीक है. सिर्फ सॉल्व करते वक्त हम क्या करेंगे, ये जो कॉस्ट है, कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, ये ऊपर के कॉर्नर में लिखेंगे. ठीक है. चलो लेट्स ट्राई.
So done, sir.
ओके, ओके. कॉस्ट कितना आ गया?
Calculation, sorry.
You can use calculator in examination. जो नॉर्मल कैलकुलेटर होते हैं ना, नॉन प्रोग्रामेबल, यूजुअली
Simple calculator, right? Not
सिंपल
scientific.
कैलकुलेटर. हाँ, साइंटिफिक यूज नहीं कर सकते. सिंपल कैलकुलेटर यू कैन यूज इन एग्जामिनेशन. तो प्रैक्टिस करते वक्त भी आप अगर कैलकुलेटर साथ में लेके बैठे तो भी चलेगा.
So 1095.
Okay. Okay. 1095 is the transportation cost. Okay.
Am I right or wrong, sir?
नहीं, solution मैंने निकल नहीं. Anyone has got same answer? किसी और किसने solve किया है?
Sir, I'm doing.
Okay. Okay.
सर एग्जाम में हमको सब वो कैंसिलेशन ऑफ रो वगैरह दिखाना हमको, या हम सिर्फ वो नंबर बाजू में कैंसिल तो नहीं किया है?
नहीं, एक काम करते हैं.
Note it down.
अभी
Then-
पीपीटी के कुछ लिमिटेशंस है. अभी नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल में क्या करता हूँ, फॉर नेक्स्ट मेथड. ओके, आई विल एक्सप्लेन ऑन व्हाइट बोर्ड. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा सेटअप के लिए मुझे टाइम लगेगा.
The reason why I'm asking is because I don't want to lose marks when they might
हाँ, नहीं,
say he's right, but
देखो अब ये सब्जेक्ट कैसा है, डिसीजन साइंस. डिसीजन साइंस
सर
एक तो स्कोरिंग
Hello?
सब्जेक्ट है. हाँ, यस.
सर आंसर इज 1036.
चेक करना पड़ेगा मुझे. मैंने सॉल्यूशन नहीं निकाला है. ओके, बेसिकली यहाँ पे कितना आएगा? हियर वी गेट 6 into 21.
Six.
फिर यहाँ पे 5 बचेंगे तो यहाँ पे 5 आ जाएगा. फिर यहाँ पे 5 आ जाएगा. करेक्ट.
फिर बाजू में 8 आएगा.
हाँ, यहाँ पे 8 आ जाएगा. 8 आएगा, फिर यहाँ पे 4 आ जाएगा. हाँ,
15.
15. ठीक है, ऐसा स्टेप बनेगा वो. ठीक है. नहीं, in one table only you can do it. Okay.
यस सर.
मैं व्हाइट बोर्ड पे बताता हूँ आपको कैसे करते हैं. ठीक. Okay, let's try one more question. By that time, I'll prepare a whiteboard setup. इसको ट्राई करो. Can you see whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
So is it 20,650?
$23,650. 23650. Hello. ये सबमिट हो गया. 23650 है क्या?
So 23
Hello.
650 is the third the second one 1095.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can you see whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
अब तक मैं ऑडिबल नहीं था क्या?
No, sir.
नहीं सर.
No, sir.
Okay. अच्छा.
You were on
ठीक है,
mute,
ठीक है.
sir. You were on mute.
Okay, okay, ठीक है. I'll explain once again. See, if we find initial solution of this transportation problem using northwest corner method, we get cost of transportation as 23,615. Okay. Let me correct if I'm wrong. मुझे थोड़ा calculation करके देखना पड़ेगा. Now, in northwest corner method, we didn't do any attempt to minimize the total cost of transportation. Okay. The objective of transportation problem is to minimize the total cost of transportation. Fine. But in northwest corner cell method, we simply select northwest corner cell and allocate maximum possible units. Okay. Now, as name indicates, in this method, in matrix minimum method, we select a cell with the smallest transportation cost. See, in this cell, in this matrix, the smallest cost of transportation is 20. Okay. So logically ये ठीक है कि अगर आप if you choose a cell with minimum transportation cost, then obviously your total cost of transportation will be minimum. Okay. So we'll give the preference to the cell having the smallest cost of transportation. Fine. Now, suppose in this case, there is a no time because we have only one cell with cost of transportation as 20 rupees or 20 units. Fine. So there is no time. Now, by chance, if you encounter with a situation wherein there are two cells, let's suppose that the cost of transportation of this cell is also 20. Okay. Now we have two cells with minimum cost of transportation as 20 rupees. Okay. Now the question arises, which cell is to be selected first? Okay. Now, to answer this question, let me give you one simple situation. Okay, so suppose yours is a group of 10 students. Okay, and you want to travel from Pimpri to say Pune station. Okay, now different modes of transportation are available. One is PMT, second is say 6-seater, third is say Ola Uber. Okay, now if you go by PMT, the cost of transportation per unit is, let's say, is 20. Similarly, by 6-seater also the cost of transportation is say 20, and by Ola Uber it is say around 100 rupees. Okay, so obviously you will not choose Ola Uber. Okay, forget about comfort and all, because here the objective is to minimize the cost. Okay, so if we ignore the comfort and other luxury things, we'll give preference either to PMT or to 6-seater. Okay, now but in 6-seater, if only 3 seats are available, whereas in PMT 8 seats are available, then obviously we'll prefer PMT option over 6-seater. Okay, now because our objective is to minimize the total cost of transportation, so to do this, what we'll do, we'll try to transport maximum number of units at minimum cost. Okay, minimum cost में जितने ज्यादा जा सकते उतने भेजो. Okay, so here अगर tie होता है, so यहाँ पे 2 cells है with minimum cost, that is 20-20. Okay, now in this cell how many units we can assign? The demand of destination A is 144, supply is 152. So here I can assign 144, whereas in this cell I can assign only 122. So if we compare, now we are comparing between these two cells, not all cells. Fine. Now if we compare these two cells, I can transport maximum units, or I can allocate maximum units to this cell. So I'll prefer this cell over this cell. Okay, but anyway, because the cost of transportation is 120 for this particular cell, so we have only one cell in this case, which is cell XA. Okay, now in this cell I'll allocate 144. Okay, now rest of the procedure is same. Now once we allocate 144 to XA cell, we'll reduce the demand accordingly and the capacity also accordingly. 144, 152 minus 144 is 8. Okay, now आपको नोटबुक पे कैसे करना है सॉल्व? जैसे मैं अभी व्हाइट बोर्ड पे कर रहा हूँ वैसे आपको नोटबुक में करना है. एलोकेशन करो, reduce the column demand, reduce the row supply, and if column demand is fulfilled, आपको क्या करना है? Simply एक ऐसे लाइन क्रॉस करनी. Okay, fine. It means that this column is deleted. Fine. Now from the remaining cell, okay, अब हम क्या करेंगे? Again we choose the cell with smallest cost of transportation. Okay, now the smallest cost of transportation is 40. Again यहाँ पे 2 cell है, अब दोनों में tie हो रहा है. Now how to break a tie? Now check the allocations. अब यहाँ पे suppose मैं 8 डालता हूँ. Okay, in this cell I can allocate 8. In this cell also I can allocate 8. Okay, see अब वही situation को recall करो. आपके पास 2 ऑप्शन है, one is PMT and second is 6-seater, and दोनों में अभी आपके पास 3 सीट जा सकते हैं. तो क्या करोगे? Okay, you can choose any one option randomly. Okay, or you can select any one option randomly. Okay, तो हम क्या करेंगे? If I select this one, so I'll break the tie arbitrarily. See यहाँ पे टाई कैसे, सेकेंड लेवल टाई आ गई, पहली टाई हो गई आपकी बिटवीन स्मॉलेस्ट कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, एंड उसके बाद मैक्सिमम एलोकेशन में भी टाई हो गई. सो आई विल ब्रेक टाई आर्बिट्रेरली. नाउ इफ आई एलोकेट 8 ओवर हियर, ये मेरा हो जाएगा 0 एंड दिस विल बी रिड्यूस टू 196. ओके, so I'll delete this row. Okay, then अभी next minima क्या है, 80. Again there are two cells with minimum cost of transportation, that is 80. अब इन दोनों में tie हो गई. Now I have to choose any one among these two. Okay, now इसमें कितना हम allocate कर सकते हैं? Demand of this destination is 196, but the capacity is 154. So here I can allocate 154 units, whereas here I can allocate 122. Okay, so if we compare among these two, कौन सा सेल प्रेफर करेंगे हम? Obviously this one, because in this cell I can allocate 154. Okay, so ये 154 ये हो जाएगा आपका 0 and ये this will be reduced to 42. Okay, now next minima is again 80. So यहाँ पे हम कितने allocate करेंगे? 120. Okay, so ये हो जाएगा 0. Here I'll get 42. Okay, so this cell is deleted. Now only one cell is left, so maximum minima कोई option ही नहीं है आपके पास. So this cell is selected. So here I'll put remaining units, that is 42. अब ये आपका 0 हो जाएगा. This will be 0. Okay. Now we'll calculate the total cost of transportation. Now total cost of transportation is 144 into 20 plus 8 into 40 plus 42 into 120 plus 154 into 80 plus 122 into 80. Okay, now let's calculate this and check what is the total cost of transportation. कितना आ रहा है? Okay, this is 02880 320
30,320.
कितना?
30,320.
20,320.
No, 30,000.
30,000.
Yeah. $30,320.
30,320.
30,000.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 30,320.
Yes.
Okay, okay. फिर मैट्रिक्स मिनिमा से नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर का बेटर आ रहा है सॉल्यूशन. ओके, देन वी हैव टू चेक दिस सॉल्यूशन. ये मुझे चेक करना पड़ेगा. नॉर्मली क्या होता है?
No, sir, मैट्रिक्स नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर का जो आंसर था, it was something 40,000. आपने 23,680 लिखा था, but it was 40 something. I just did a calculation.
40,000. ठीक है, 40,000. ठीक है, इट्स ओके. सी, अब हमने क्या किया था, पहला मेथड जो डिस्कस किया हमने, उसमें क्या था, वी सिंपली सिलेक्ट नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर सेल. ओके, तो वहां पे हमें कोई भी अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया था टू मिनिमाइज द कॉस्ट. हियर वी डिड सम अटेम्प्ट. ओके, बिकॉज हमने क्या किया, अभी यहाँ पे जो मिनिमम कॉस्ट का सेल है उसको हम सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं. सो दैट इज व्हाई द सॉल्यूशन ऑब्टेन्ड बाय matrix minimum method is better than that of northwest corner cell method. the solution, the total cost of transportation by northwest corner cell was 40,000 something, and same problem is solved
40,080.
by
40,080.
40,080, and इससे आता है आपका 30,320. See, solution अभी आपका improve हो गया है. Okay, so we can say that if we compare both methods, the second method is better than the previous one. Okay. Now, जो अभी दो example मैंने दिए थे आपको to solve to find initial solution by northwest corner. Let's try both questions. Okay, दोनों question यहाँ पे solve करते हैं. Fine. अभी आप parallelly मेरे साथ solve करो.
Yes, sir, yes.
Let me copy the question first on my. कौन सा ले रहे हैं आप? O1, O2, O3, 3 sources and 4 destinations. 21, 16 बोला.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
20, 16, 25, 23. Seventeen, 18, 14, 23. Six, 12.
Thank you.
Okay. So first step क्या है?
सबसे कम वाला देखना है. So the 14 O2 D3 होना चाहिए. And no problem.
So we are following the matrix minima method.
हाँ, मैट्रिक्स में.
O2
फर्स्ट
D3
स्टेप क्या
है,
होना
sir.
चाहिए?
So सबसे कम वाला देखना है, right?
प्रीति, Alex, what should be first step?
The first step would be
We have
O2
to
D3.
Minimum transportation cost.
Least cost.
Step.
The least is
First step
14.
क्या होनी चाहिए?
So
First,
total of
हाँ, पहले चेक करो whether transportation problem is balanced or not.
It is
ठीक है?
balanced, sir. It is balanced. I
हाँ,
checked that.
balance है.
43.
ठीक है, आपको चेक करना है. टोटल कितना रहा है?
43.
43. दोनों साइड पे, sir.
This total is also ठीक है. अगर बैलेंस नहीं है तो आपको पहले बैलेंस करके लेना पड़ेगा.
Sir, I
You have
wanted
to
to ask
add
you a
the
question.
dummy
If it is not balanced, then सबसे minimum cost तो dummy वाले में होगा फिर.
हाँ. Obvious ना. तो फिर उसमें टाई ब्रेक करने के लिए बहुत देखना पड़ेगा कहाँ से कैसे होता है. Okay. Fine. Now minimum cost is 14. That is 43.
O2 D3.
2T3. So this cell is selected for allocation. अब इसमें कितना डाल सकते हैं हम?
12 maximum.
Demand is 12, capacity is 13. दोनों में minimum है 12, so we'll put 12 over here. Okay. अब ये कुछ यूनिवर्सल कन्वेंशन है, सभी इसी टाइप से डिनोट करो. अपना कोई कन्वेंशन इन्वेंट मत करो. एलोकेशन हमेशा सर्कल में लिखते हैं. ओके. Cost of transportation is always written at the upper right corner of the cell. ओके, दीज आर यूनिवर्सल कन्वेंशंस। पूरे यूनिवर्स में यही मेथड फॉलो होता है, आप अपना मत इन्वेंट करो, राइट? हाँ, सो वेल यहाँ पे डाल दिया तो ये हो जाएगा 0
and 1
तो 1,
and D3 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, राइट? सो
हाँ, D3 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, इसको डिलीट मार, राइट? अब मिनिमम क्या है
13
में 16
16,
13 नहीं 16
16
अब यहाँ
So
पे हम
10
डालेंगे
होगा।
10, ओके, ये हो जाएगा 0, यहाँ पे बचेगा 1 और ये डिलीट हो गया,
to cancel.
ओके। नाउ
Now
नेक्स्ट मिनिमम इज 17।
17.
Sir, D4,
हाँ।
O1 D4 is 13 or 23?
23 है ना, ये 23 है। अच्छा सॉरी,
Sir,
wait,
13 था।
16. हाँ.
नहीं, मैंने गलत कॉपी किया यहाँ पे। अच्छा, पूरा फिर क्वेश्चन चेंज हो जाएगा।
Exactly, sir.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, ठीक है, एक काम करते हैं, अभी चेंज नहीं करते इसको, ये कितना, इसको 23 रहने देते, लेट इट बी
23 पे रखना।
हाँ 23 रखो, तो पूरा मुझे इरेज करके फिर से लिखना पड़ेगा, ओके। तो ये हो गया, फाइन। नाउ नेक्स्ट मिनिमा इज
17.
17,
O2 D1.
O2 D1। तो यहाँ पे 6 है डिमांड, बट कैपेसिटी इज ओनली 1,
Yes,
5.
ओके।
5.
तो हो जाएगा 0। नाउ डिलीट दिस रो।
Next is 21.
21, next is 21।
O1 D1 5।
यहाँ पे भी सॉरी, ये यहाँ पे 5 रह गया,
5.
देन
नहीं, सर 1 ही होगा।
हाँ 1 ही होगा, तो यहाँ पे 4 बचा है, फाइन।
Next 23. Tiebreaker.
कौन सा, वो डिलीट हो गया ना, वो डिलीट हो गया ना, ओनली 2 सेल्स आर लेफ्ट,
Sorry.
ओके। अब 2 ही
Yes.
सेल बचे हैं, इसमें मिनिमम है 32, सो यहाँ पे जाएगा 4, ये यहाँ पे बचेगा 15, डिलीट हो गया, एंड ये यहाँ पे जाएगा फिर 15, 0 0, दैट्स इट। Okay, and now calculate the total cost of transportation.
$1,109.
Yes, correct. 109.
Okay. Remember, this is initial solution. चलो एक एग्जांपल दिया था ना मैंने, वो भी ट्राई करते हैं। एग्जांपल 3 जो दिया था 10 8 7 12, आपके पास है ना वो कॉपी किया हुआ?
Yes, sir.
ओके, ठीक।
Sir, in the third column, 7 is written, no?
हाँ 7।
So it is balanced, sir.
Balanced. Huh?
Yes, sir. 2 kg.
1100 2000
2000 each.
2000 ठीक है. Okay. So let's solve.
सर AR लेंगे पहले.
एक मिनट. ABCD sources ABCD and
PQRS.
destinations PQRS. Okay. Now why AR? See, अब यहाँ पे टाई हो रहा है. Minimum cost is 7, right?
Yes, sir.
So AR and CP. AR and CP में टाई हो रहा है. Okay.
But AR में allocate ज्यादा हो सकता है, 450 तक हो सकता
हाँ,
है, and CP
AR
में
में
200.
450 जा रहे हैं. AR में 450 जा रहे हैं and CP पे जा रहे हैं only 200.
200.
Okay. So we'll give first preference to AR because we try to transport maximum units at minimum cost, right? So first preference is given to AR. सबको समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
7 मिनिमम इज 7. यहाँ पे 2 सेल से टाई हो रही है यहाँ पे, लेकिन AR में हम डाल सकते हैं 450, whereas in CP we can put 200. Okay. Now aim is to minimize the total transportation cost. That can be done by transporting maximum units at minimum cost. Okay, simple logic है यहाँ पे. कुछ भी different नहीं कर रहा हूँ. So I'll put 450 over here. So ये हो जाएगा 0. ये हो जाएगा 50. Now this is deleted. Okay.
अभी CP
Now
लेंगे,
next
right, sir?
minimize again 7, that is CP. Fine. Okay. So यहाँ पे क्या है? 200, 500, again 0. Now this row is deleted. Okay. Next minimize
8.
8.
There's a tie again.
1, 2,
PQ
3, 4,
and
5.
PS.
3 8s are there. Okay.
But we'll be going
DP,
with DP, right?
AQ and BS. Okay. 3 जगह पे ये already delete हो गया. इसको do not consider this one. Here we can put 500. Here only 50, and here 300. Okay. So we'll go with this CP.
DP.
Sorry, DP. 500. तो ये हो जाएगा 0 and 200. Okay.
Then BS.
So, again minimize 8 only. AP and BS में tie है. Here we can put 50. Here we can put 300. So first preference is given to BS. So ये हो जाएगा 0 and this would be 300. Okay. We'll delete this one.
Now AQ.
अभी एक ही कॉलम बचा है.
AQ.
AQ.
हाँ. 50,
50 लेना है.
0,
0.
500. So ये delete हो गया. उसके बाद minimize 10. So here we'll put 200. 300 बचा and फिर यहाँ पे हम 300 डालेंगे. Okay, now you have two solutions of same, two initial solutions of same transportation problem, one by northwest corner and second by matrix minimum method. Okay. दोनों आप compare कर सकते हो. You will find that this solution is better than the previous one.
$16,950.
16,950.
And over there
And
it was
Yes.
23,650.
कितना
23,650.
कितना आ रहा?
23,650.
हाँ, देखो कितना डिफरेंस आ गया, मतलब नियर अबाउट 7,000 का फर्क
Almost
आ गया.
7,000.
Okay, so the matrix minimum method is better than the northwest corner method. Okay. हो गया सबका?
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो होप इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है किसी को भी. कुछ एग्जांपल मैं इसमें डाल देता हूँ टीम में फॉर प्रैक्टिस. यू कैन डू मोर प्रैक्टिस. ओके, नाउ there are some drawbacks of these two both the methods. Okay, let me explain with the help of one simple example. Consider a small transportation problem, 2x2 transportation problem. Okay, अब इसमें कॉस्ट ऐसा है 1, यहाँ पे है 20, 2 and 2, and further let us suppose that we have say 2 units. Capacity of each source is 2 units and demand at each destination is also 2 units. Okay, now if we try to solve this by a northwest corner method, then we'll select this cell for allocation. Okay, तो यहाँ पे 2 डालेंगे तो ये हो जाएगा 0, ये हो जाएगा 0. Okay, then first row as well as first column will get deleted, so only cell left with us is this one. So here we have to put 2 units, so ये 0 हो जाएगा, ये भी 0 हो जाएगा. Okay, now in this case the total cost of transportation would be 2 into 1, that is 2, plus 2 into 20, that is 40. So total would be 42. Okay. Now if we say if we solve same problem with matrix minima, then also we'll get the same cost of transportation, right? Because 1 is the minimum cost. So here we put 2, फिर ये दोनों rows delete हो जाएंगे, and यहाँ पे फिर only one cell will left with you. उसमें फिर you have to forcefully you have to use this cell. Okay. Now see if I try another solution. हाँ, आइडियल सोल्यूशन यहाँ पे बेस्ट सोल्यूशन क्या होगा?
2.
ओके, सो इफ आई पुट 2 ओवर हियर, तो ये हो जाएगा 0, ये हो जाएगा 0. अगेन आई पुट 2 ओवर हियर, 0 and 0. ओके, सो टोटल कॉस्ट कितनी होगी? 2 2 4 प्लस 2 2 4, टोटल कॉस्ट हो जाएगी 8. ओके, व्हिच इज मच लेस देन 42. ओके, तो यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है? इन नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर मेथड हम कुछ भी स्ट्रेटेजी यूज नहीं कर रहे. वी सिंपली सिलेक्टिंग नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर सेल फॉर एलोकेशन पर्पस. ओके, in matrix minimum method, at least some strategy we are using. We are selecting cell with smallest transportation cost in order to minimize the total cost of transportation. Okay, but in matrix minimum method we are ignoring other possibilities. Okay, see अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? If we choose 1, then choose that cell for allocation, then forcefully we have to use the cell with transportation cost 2020. Transportation cost 20 rupees. Okay, so other possibilities है. So initially देखो ये कैसे लग रहा है कि 2 is comparatively worse than 1, but if we choose the cell in the second row, first column, then the total cost of transportation is much lesser than 42. Okay, so ये possibility, these such other possibilities are ignored in matrix minima method. Okay, so this is the serious drawback of matrix minima method. Now this drawback is overcome in third method called as Vogel's approximation method. Okay, वो मेथड हम आज डिस्कस नहीं कर रहे हैं बिकॉज वो थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. Okay, so we'll discuss Vogel's approximation method in next session. Okay, but before that I would like to recall one concept that you might have learned in first semester subject accounting. Okay, hope everyone know about the opportunity cost. याद है अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट क्या होती है?
थोड़ा बहुत सर.
Okay, थोड़ा बहुत. Anyone else? Any idea about opportunity cost?
Same answer. थोड़ा बहुत.
थोड़ा बहुत. Okay. Basically, okay. Basically, opportunity cost means क्या है? It is cost of losing an opportunity. Okay. Say for example, if you have an opportunity to invest in 3 investment schemes. Okay. Suppose A gives returns at the rate of 8%, B gives returns at the rate of 12%, 10%, and C gives returns at the rate of 12%. Okay. Now you are unaware about the plan B and C. Okay. So you आप क्या करोगे? You will invest your sum in plan A. Okay. आपको प्लान बी और सी के बारे में पता ही नहीं है. ठीक है, तो आपने क्या किया? इन्वेस्ट किया ए में. ओके, सो एक्चुअली 3 opportunities were there, A, B and C, but because you have invested in A, you are losing an opportunity to earn more, right? Okay. अब मुझे बताओ, अगर आपने A में इन्वेस्ट किया तो आर यू लूजिंग एनीथिंग? आपको कुछ लॉस हो रहा है यहाँ पे?
Yes sir, because C में हमको 12% मिल रहा था तो 4% का
Actually, आपको कुछ लॉस यहाँ पे नहीं हो रहा है. Still you are able to earn at the rate of 8% per annum, right? Just a minute.
Yes sir.
In scheme A, still you are earning at the rate of 8% per annum, but instead of investing in A, if you invest in B, you would have earned 2% more. Correct? So this difference is called as opportunity cost. Okay. So what is the cost of losing opportunity A? Opportunity B is 2%. Similarly, cost of losing an opportunity C is 4% if we compare with A. Okay. Now let's consider the situation in which you have invested in B. Okay. So if we compare B with A, okay, see there are 3 opportunities, no doubt. A, B, and C are 3 opportunities, and you have invested in B. Okay. So what is the cost of opportunity cost for plan A? Is minus 2%. Okay, and with comparison, with comparing with B, the cost of opportunity cost for C is 2%. Okay. Similarly, if you invest in plan C, then opportunity cost for A and B would be minus 4% and minus 2% respectively. Okay. So ये difference है. Now, same concept we'll use over here. Okay. Now, if you focus on the first row, okay, VAM में क्या होता है? The entire VAM method is based on the opportunity cost. If you focus on the first row, the best opportunity in the first row is this one. Okay. Obviously, the smallest cost of transportation is the best opportunity. Now, if we do not use this opportunity, then we have to use this opportunity. Okay, so in that case, I have to pay at least 1 rupee per unit more. Okay, so this is the opportunity cost for first row. Similarly, for second row, the opportunity cost is 18. Okay, for first column, this is called as penalty. Okay, it is a penalty for not using the best opportunity. Okay, so penalty for first column kitni hogi? 1. Similarly, penalty for second column would be 18. Okay, अब हमारे यहाँ पे क्या है, हमें फोकस क्या करना है? Now aim is what? To minimize the total transportation cost. So in VAM, the modified aim is to minimize the penalty. Okay, अब मुझे दिख रहा है कि penalty is maximum for second row and second column. Okay, so to minimize that penalty, now why this penalty is there? अभी 18 क्यों आ रहा है? Because we are not using the best opportunity with respect to this particular row. Okay, now best opportunity for this particular row is this one. So obviously, to minimize this, we must select this one. Okay, ये लॉजिक होता है VAM में. समझ में आ गया? VAM का कंसेप्ट समझ में आ गया क्या?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Can you repeat, please?
अगर मैं ये बेस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी यूज नहीं करता, then I have to use this one. Okay, so ये डिफरेंस कितना आ रहा है? 1 rupee. That means what? For each unit, I have to pay 1 rupee more. Similarly, for second row, the best opportunity is 2, and the penalty for not using this best opportunity is 18. Correct? So for each row and for each column, हम क्या करेंगे? पेनल्टी फाइंड आउट करेंगे, एंड हमें वो पेनल्टी को मिनिमाइज करना है. अब पेनल्टी किसकी वजह से आ रही है? Because we are not using the best opportunity for that particular row or for that particular column. So obviously हम पहले क्या करेंगे? In first step, we'll select the best opportunity for in a row or in a column having maximum penalty, क्योंकि मुझे पेनल्टी को मिनिमाइज करना है. Okay, so by this we are able to look at the all possibilities. Okay, thereby we can minimize the total cost of transportation. Okay, so आज के लिए बस इतना ठीक है. So tomorrow we'll discuss, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, that is on Thursday, we'll discuss Vogel's approximation method. Okay, meantime what you can do, I'll share examples which you can practice northwest corner method and matrix minimum method. Okay, matrix minimum method is also called as least cost matrix method, LCM. So exam में अगर LCM word आ गया तो confuse मत हो जाओ, which is the alternative name for matrix minimum method.
Least cost?
Least cost matrix method. Least cost matrix में least cost देखते हैं, मतलब वही matrix का minimum हम find out करते हैं. Okay.
And sir, I had one doubt, sir. Like you said that when people ask you how to solve the sum, solution modified distribution method, but then the initial solution, how do we find? Like, does it like do they ask them that in the question, or is it like we have to choose our own?
Okay. अब इसमें क्या होता है? See, suppose किसी transportation cost का minimum जो ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन है 1000. ओके, मोडी मेथड आप स्टार्ट कर रहे हो से 10,000 से. 10,000 से 1000 तक आने के लिए ज्यादा इटरेशंस लगे. So if you start with 2000, so comparatively in less iterations you will reach at modified optimum solution. Okay, वो मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा इन ड्यू जब हम मोडी मेथड डिस्कस करेंगे ना, that time I'll explain. अगर आपको ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन निकालना है ना, तो क्या करेंगे हम? वैम से ही इनिशियल सॉल्यूशन निकालेंगे, बिकॉज इसमें बेनिफिट क्या होता है? इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस वैम इटसेल्फ गिव्स ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन. ओके, सिर्फ आपको मोडी मेथड में क्या करना है? यू हैव टू टेस्ट वेदर द सॉल्यूशन इज ऑप्टिमम और नॉट. इतना ही काम बचता है. अदरवाइज मोटी मेथड थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. अगर आप इनिशियल लग्जरी जाओगे, इफ यू ऑब्टेन इनिशियल सॉल्यूशन बाय नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर मेथड, फिर आगे जाके मोडी में आप फंसोगे. देखो सिंपल लॉजिक है. दो लोग हैं, ओके, चीजल एंड हैमर दिया है उनको, एंड उनको बोला है कि एक स्टैचू बनाओ पत्थर से. ठीक है, एक को रॉ स्टोन दे दिया और दूसरे को सेमी फिनिश्ड दे दिया. तो किसका काम पहले खत्म होगा? ऑब्वियसली ओके. तो जो आपका इनिशियल सॉल्यूशन है, इफ इनिशियल सॉल्यूशन इज क्लोजर टू योर ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन, देन ऑब्वियसली यू विल रीच ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशन फास्टर. ओके, देखो हमने अभी दो मेथड कंपेयर किए, नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर मेथड एंड मैट्रिक्स मिनिमम मेथड. नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर मेथड एंड मैट्रिक्स मिनिमम में बहुत डिफरेंस आ रहा है ना.
यस
ठीक है ना. मैट्रिक्स मिनिमम का सॉल्यूशन नॉर्थ वेस्ट से बेटर है. ओके, एंड वोगल्स अप्रोच मेथड का सॉल्यूशन और भी बेटर आता है. ठीक है, इट इज द बेस्ट अमंग थ्री मेथड. तो ऑब्वियसली अगर वैम का जो सॉल्यूशन है वो हम यूज करेंगे मॉडिफाइड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मेथड में, तो क्या होता है कि हमें मे बी 1 or 2 iterations we reach at optimum solution.
They're closer to the optimal solution, in other words.
हाँ, it is closer to optimum solution.
Semi finished हो गया.
हाँ, सेमी फिनिश्ड हो गया. एंड नॉर्थ वेस्ट कॉर्नर से मतलब रॉ सॉल्यूशन हम कंसीडर कर सकते हैं. करेक्ट? ओके, कुछ डाउट है? एक्चुअली डाउट आपको कब आएंगे जब आप सॉल्व करोगे प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है,
यस,
थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करो ये दो मेथड का. ठीक है.
Yes.
In next session we'll discuss VAM. Fine?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's end the session.
Sure. So